Hi guys, this is Ryan with Speedy HQ1. What we got here is a Baja Design fog lights for this 2021 Ford F-150. Here's all the tools we need and all the parts we're going to use for this job. Stay tuned and we'll get it all done for you.
The first step is you need to take the negative battery terminal off.
Like what he said.
Now we're removing the bolts. Take the trim off on both sides. 2 bolts on each side. Okay, we took the trim piece out by taking the bolts and gently pulling down and away across the whole thing to get it out. This is finished product after we got it out. It is a little difficult to pull on. You gotta be real gentle with it because you don't want to break it, of course. Okay, now we remove the 2 bolts right there on both sides.
Yep.
Okay, and now we pop all the little clips to take that piece off above the radiator.
Covered.
After several painstaking plugs.
Yes.
Free clear squares too.
All right, now we have to take off this wire harness off the grill. Removing the wires from the grill.
Oh, broke this stupid tab.
Yeah, buddy. See these two?
Now remove all 10mm bolts so that we can get the grill off. You have to gently pull the grill far enough out because there's tabs that go in here. Once you get that out, you can lift it up. We'll show you on the... These stick into there. You have to unbolt that, pull this back out, and then it lifts up. And you have to be very careful not to break the clips.
These are clips. They're clipped in there.
I push this tab down, be able to flip this up.
To disconnect that.
To unplug the...
And have to take 2 clips off.
Well, that thing don't want to come apart.
These 2 clips have to come off and disconnect that as well. This thing here, once you get it undone, you have to pull it that way to get off. Pull it to the left and it comes off and slides off of there. Now we get to remove 3 bumper bolts on each side. Let's see if we can get you in there to see them. These 2 over here and this one here.
You're getting the bolts out. Oh, I dropped the wrench. Don't get that on video.
That's what you act like when you're tired of trying to get those bolts out.
I know, dude. They're a pain in the butt, these bolts for the bumper. Look at these.
Plus, he's a major weirdo, people.
Don't tell my secrets.
After you get all the 6 21mm bolts off, nuts off.
Mud. Look, everybody, the mud that's on a Ford.
After you mud bog with it several times.
That's after I spent an hour hosing it off each time.
We have to unplug the air dam on both sides, and then we got to unbolt it off.
You're supposed to unclip it, how?
On the air dam, you have to pull this red tab back, and then there's a squeeze right here. You have to squeeze this in before you pull it off. Hope you can see that. But you have to pull this red tab back before you can squeeze this in, before you can pull it off. Okay, now we take all the 30 hex screws off to hold the lighting bracket in. Should be 4 bolts. And you gotta take the wiring harness loose from the apparatus. And now you hose all the mud off that you got in there. And now we get to put the nice Baja lights in. Whoop whoop, fog light and a Baja light that's not ready for road use. And we gotta take this bolt out here and put it back in.
Yeah.
And we gotta put
Isn't
those
this part
bolts
the
back
bumper
in
mount? No, those are the bumper mounts. Never mind.
to mount that back in. And then we gotta put a cabling in between the two lights that don't get controlled by the natural fog light plug. Do 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 do.
Okay, there.
2 hours later, we get one wire covered.
2 hours later.
Now we're zip tying the wires all to the bottom of the bumpers. We want those little holes down there.
It's gonna look very special.
Now that we waited several hours, putting the wrap on one wire.
You gotta stop saying that. Several hours.
But don't worry, the guy in the white shirt, he knows it all.
Yep. I know you're a turd.
Okay, we got our adapter plugged in here to the fog light, and we've got
The connector.
our other light connected to that comes across, which is going to be wired up to the switch commander. Comes across and hooks to this other light here. So they can turn on through the switch commander, and the fog lights will turn on from the factory fog light plug switch pro, sorry. And now the bumper is going back on, folks.
Now the rocks are gonna
After
fall.
half the day has gone by.
You're just not gonna let that go, are you?
Ah, the plastic piece is falling off.
Well, you got to find the hole, you know.
Plastic's pleasing.
Put some fuzz around it, you'll find it.
Let me clean that. You guys do. The wire is.
So, this goes inside.
3 hours later, he finally got one connector on. It is a miracle.
Wow.
And the disapproval from my younger brother, shaking his head.
I'm just wondering where you guys are gonna grow up.
We came from the same house.
Yeah, but I grew up.
That's big to differ from
You
that.
grew out, not up.
Case in point, there.
Case in point.
Don't ever get three brothers in the same spot again.
Look what happens.
Sometimes I wish I was an only child.
5 hours later.
You guys are just let go with that.
5 hours. He's been
And we ran the wire up behind that, all the way up to here, through there.
One part connects to the
And then
battery.
split it off to go to the battery,
And one going to the Pro Switch.
Violet, and another one to the
Switch Pro.
Switch Pro.
Easy.
We wired the fog lights on the outside to the stock light wiring. We ran the wire across, zip tied it all to the natural wiring harness that was there. To the other side, and then both spotlights come up behind this, up in there, and over. The ground goes to the ground. And the power comes over here to the one switch on the Switch Pro. Okay, we're getting her back together.
Isn't she beautiful?
Looking sexy.
Fog lights. Look how those are beautiful. Forward. How well they work.
Okay, this is with no lights. Now we'll do the fog lights.
The headlights.
That's the headlights. We'll do fog lights. Boom, look at how good the
Idea of the pattern.
look at how good that does with the fog lights. That is a way good pattern. You're probably gonna see way good in the fog. Those are headlights again. Now we'll do the off-road lights. Woohoo, those things are bright.
The headlights. That's the high beams.
That is bright.
Is everything on? Well, sorry. It turns off the fogs with the high beams on.
That is some bright light with those off-road lights on. Those fogs are way cool.
Pretty nice off the sides.
That is way cool. Best fog lights I've seen in a while. Guys, I'm gonna, oh no, hold on. Okay guys, gonna show you, look. That's the off-road lights. And those be the fog lights from the on-road perspective.
All right, guys, these are the lights we put on the brand new Ford F-150. If you guys like it, please subscribe to the channel and watch us. We also have a Patreon account if you want to help us afford nice things like this. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Keep it going. See ya.